Ferrami's
Ferrami's the one we should ask.
Ferrami disagrees, and I'm surprised. Okay, well, Charles.
Yeah. No, let me take my leave so that you guys can just do your thing and get into all the details.
Thank you very much. So, Ferrami, dive straight into this one. What exactly do you disagree with?
Good morning to you today. Good morning to you.
Ferrami is looking lively for the first time.
I think we've gone past that already.
No, we haven't. I'm seeing you for the first time since Friday.
You saw me on Saturday.
I didn't see you on air.
You don't have to see me on air.
Okay, so
but then good morning.
What exactly do you disagree with?
For me, this is more than bringing a new manager on board. They have a squad problem.
But they have to start somewhere.
Yeah, definitely they have to start somewhere.
And you have to build with the manager.
Of course,
you don't just want to build the squad and then
there's not been any intentions to show that probably they're ready to actually restructure that squad. Hey. For me. Hey. But then we just have to wait and see. I'm not saying they should sack the entire team, but there's some intent that should be shown.
Like
probably
sign Neymar already.
No, not sign Neymar already.
PSG.
Bring Pep back.
Still on board.
What have you got against
he's one of the reasons why Barcelona has been able to make
because Messi said so.
What about Bartomeu?
It's going to be difficult to say get him out. I want him out as well, but then he's not ready. He won't resign. He will definitely wait.
Just so we clear this. I mean, a lot of Barcelona fans are out there.
Yeah.
Is it because they couldn't sign Neymar last season?
No. This is not a matter of Neymar.
Okay,
even if Neymar was there,
what's the other issue?
Even if Neymar was there, probably would have done little or nothing to that Barcelona squad.
What is needed?
What is needed is squad restructuring. It is very, very important.
You restructure in bits.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you saying they should get about
No, I'm not saying
players out of that team at once?
It's not going to be possible. According to the Vance vote during the weekend, they wanted only 7 players left, which is not possible anyway. It's not realistic.
Some fans are unreasonable.
Definitely, I agree with you totally. It's definitely not realistic. But then,
so what is realistic? You tell me.
What is realistic is getting some old legs out.
Like
now,
there are many old legs.
Of course,
so how many are you going to get?
Number
out?
1, Rakitic.
Piqué is old.
Of course,
Messi.
Piqué is old.
Messi?
Old legs
let's start from the back.
Old legs that are not actually performing at their highest level any longer. That is what I'm saying.
So Piqué should be spared.
I don't think he should be spared.
So he should be let go.
He already said it after the game that if he's going to,
he should go.
I think he should go.
Okay, Lionel Messi is an old leg too.
Lionel Messi is an old leg boy. He's definitely still delivering, and that's a fact.
Okay,
that's a fact.
The old leg that delivers should be spared.
Of course, they have to be spared. Rakitic should be gone. Vidal should be gone.
Okay, Suarez
should be gone.
Griezmann
is not old. He's 29.
Griezmann is even not old.
He's not old, but they don't want to because they feel it was an irrelevant buy.
The young legs that are not delivering. How about those ones too?
Talking about the young is delivering.
I said the young legs.
The young legs can be given some time. Dembele should be. I think if not because of his injury. No. Dembele is a good player. He's a fantastic player.
If
not because of his injury.
If
not because of his injury, trust me, he will be delivering for Barcelona.
Good morning to you, Ferrami.
Good morning,
guys. It's a pleasure to have you on the spot.
You confidently got Ferrami ranting this morning.
It's allowed.
Ranting is allowed.
Blessing for how are you?
I'm fine today. Good morning to you. Good morning to the city of Ibadan. Great to be back here again, especially with this news concerning Barcelona. Kike Setien being sacked. It was a long time coming. It was a question of when, not a question of if, and now we finally have it. But then the bigger question will be who is coming in to replace Kike Setien. Like the reports have been calling Ron Koeman. As a Barcelona great, he seems to have the DNA, quote unquote, of the club inside of him, like the Barcelona heritage. Let me borrow the words of Jose Mourinho here. Barcelona heritage inside of him. But then it will be left to see if he can actually restructure like they want him to do with the kind of system they have, because they still need to perhaps change the entire board when the elections come on, get somebody who new hands on board, and let's see how they can take them. But I think it will be a while. It's not going to be something that will be done immediately. They have to be very, very patient.
Okay, let me put Blessing on the spot this morning. Tell me, you mentioned 2 managers in Nigeria in the NPFL who have got certain clubs DNA
inside of them.
Yes, in Nigeria.
Stanley Guma.
Okay.
Yeah. Rivers United. Yes. Rivers United. Yes. Maybe you should go to Rivers United and ask them. But somebody who
is intangible.
Who has been there? He has been there for a long while. And remember, he started his managerial career from Enyimba. I think it was the assistant that year when they won the Champions League. So somebody who has experience as well. Forget whatever is happening at Rivers United. So yeah, maybe Rivers United number 1 and number 2. I would have gone for the managers of old, maybe the Modis and all of that, but hey, they're not active, so I don't have anyone coming to mind right now.
Okay, so you got 50%, right?
Yes, 50%, I agree.
Nice one. Okay, good morning to you, great people. Welcome on Sports Bank this morning. Yes, we already have a teaser for you on our Facebook fan page. Our Blessing is going to be telling us about our post this morning. Remember, our Facebook fan page is Splash 105.5 FM. Let us know what you think. Ronald Koeman is the name on everybody's lips connected to Barcelona at this point in time. We'll wait for them to make it official, but remember, as it is right now, is presently still the coach of the national team of Holland. That's the Dutch national team. But if you look at his playing career, this is somebody who achieved absolutely almost everything in football. And like I said earlier, he's had a stint with Barcelona before, between 1998 and 2000 as an assistant manager. So it's going to come with the DNA, the real DNA. Right here.
Heritage.
Okay, so let's go on to our Facebook fan page.
Yes, on Facebook, we're just asking two things this morning. The Europa League, we have our eyes on the Europa League, just like we are following what's going on there in Barcelona. The Europa League, Inter Milan trashed Shakhtar Donetsk yesterday to set up a Sevilla final. That's the Europa League final this weekend. We want to know your thoughts about that one. Romelu Lukaku scored 2 goals in that one, and he went on to extend the record that he has, consecutive games that he has scored. And then Barcelona sacked Kike Setien, and the reporters saying that Ron Koeman could be announced as replacement. So what are your thoughts about that? So we have the post on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter it is at Splash FM 1055.
Okay, so let us know what you think about all of these. Okay, Europa League final, the second most prestigious European club final. You're going to see this weekend, I think Friday.
Saturday, the final, Saturday.
It's Saturday, okay. Please, thank you about that. Let us see if Sevilla, the king of Europa League, will have the day again, or that elusive European Cup will come the way of Antonio Conte, or they'll be second best, like they were in the Italian Sevilla.
Structuring going on in Inter Milan at this point, quote and unquote, for the first time in 10 years.
Sorry, correct.
Which rejects.
Actually Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So bless you. You owe me.
It's actually Friday.
You owe me.
Just confirm that now.
Okay, let's quickly move on this morning. In the NBA, Kawhi Leonard registered 29 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals to help the LA Clippers produce a 118-110 victory over the Dallas Mavericks in the opening game of their Western Conference first-round playoff series on Monday night. The Mavericks led by 5 points early in the third quarter before Kristaps Porzingis was ejected following his second technical foul of the game. Luka Doncic recorded 42 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals, setting an NBA record for the highest point total in a player's postseason debut. He also committed 11 turnovers, one shy of the postseason record set by the Houston Rockets' James Harden in 2015. In the other NBA playoff results, you had some Sixers losing to Celtics Boston by 109-101, and of course Raptors also defeated Nets. We also had, I think,
Utah Jazz against Denver Nuggets. They also, Utah Jazz lost to Denver Nuggets 135, to 127. Right there. Yeah.
So that's it from the NBA playoff. Now let's quickly move over to athletics. Zamfara State Directorate of Sport Development has announced the removal of Engineer Ibrahim Shehu Gusso as chairman of the State Athletics Association. In a letter addressed to the Secretary General of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, dated August 17 and signed by Iskaya Magaji Shamil, the Zamfara State Director of Sports Gusso, was removed after extensive deliberations by the management and stakeholders of the State Athletics Association that Honorable Jamilu Aliyu Zanan has been duly appointed as the chairman of Zamfara Athletics Association. When you see press releases like this, just know that there's a rumble going on in that part of the world.
We thought they were getting to a conclusion at some point, but you know that this is a trouble that started last year, especially from after the Diamond League at was it that I can't, not Diamond League, we went to a competition in in Qatar. I can't remember precisely what, but that's the genesis of this. And in December last year, Gusau had a congress where he announced autonomy from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and they've been going to court. It's been back and forth between the Ministry of Youth and Sports and Gusau. But the problem now is, now that he has been removed, what does the WA think about that? That's the World Athletics, because as far as they're concerned, Gusau is still the authentic president of the Nigerian Athletics Association. So that's something that we have to consider as well, because it could just be that we might be inviting a ban on ourselves, because they could consider that as interference from the government.
Okay, let's move straight to Europe right now, where, like we mentioned earlier, Romelu Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez both scored twice as Inter Milan hammered Shakhtar Donetsk in Dusseldorf to set up a Europa League final showdown with Sevilla. Former Manchester United striker Lukaku has now scored in 10 straight Europa League games and has 33 goals for the season. Having missed out on the Serie A title by a single point, Inter now have the chance to claim a first trophy since 2011 when they face Julian Lopetegui's Sevilla on Friday. Let us take a break to catch up with the BBC Premier League updates. A lot of United fans will start to ask questions. Okay, was it right for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to do away with Lukaku? Because we now have, supposed to three rejects of United
in the finals, and they're now the cornerstones.
Alexis Sanchez, Ashley Young, and of course Romelu Lukaku. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Andy Barwell at the BBC Sports Centre. The former Premier League defender Stephen Warnock has told the BBC that he agrees Manchester United need to make signings and strengthen their squad if they are to win trophies. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made the comments after his side were knocked out at the semi-final stage of the Europa League, saying that he is looking to improve. Well, one of those always being linked with the move to Old Trafford is the Borussia Dortmund and England winger Jadon Sancho. Warnock says that Sancho would add some much-needed depth to Solskjaer's team.
I'm playing at left-back and I'm playing against Mason Greenwood, and he steps off the pitch and they bring on either Marcus Rashford, Martial or Jadon Sancho, and I'm thinking, please no. But when they don't bring them players on and it gets to the 85th minute, I'm thinking, brilliant, he's tired, he's fatigued. I'm looking at the bench thinking, I'm not that bothered if one of them players comes on, and that's the difference.
West Ham United have confirmed that Stuart Pearce has returned to the club as part of the first-team coaching setup. The former England international defender will work under manager David Moyes again, having been there in Moyes' first spell in charge at the London Stadium 3 seasons ago. Vincent Kompany, the former Manchester City captain and Premier League title winner, has ended his playing career in order to concentrate on coaching full-time at the Belgium side Anderlecht. And the Southampton captain, James Ward-Prowse, has signed a new 5-year contract at St Mary's, potentially taking his time at the club beyond 20 years. Ward-Prowse joined them as a junior, aged just 8, progressing through Southampton's academy, and he made his senior debut in 2011. For more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Okay, great to have you back. You're there. Listen to the BBC Premier League update. Still on Sports Bank this morning, we're asking you about the Europa League final slated for this Friday. Now between Inter Milan and of course Sevilla. And don't also forget the. Do we say the manager-elect of Barcelona, Ronald Koeman? Let's know what you think on Twitter. Blessing has got some of your tweets.
Yes, a tweet and comments on Facebook as well. So maybe we'll do two on both platforms. On Facebook, Don Easy says, Don Easy Adio, promise. Good morning. The Europa League final is going to be a superb one. Antonio Conte is a serial winner. Inter are going for it. As for Barcelona, their restructuring needs time and patience, he says. Onumagbe Michael says, the final is going to be very classic. From the very beginning, the choice of the coach was bad, and Koeman is a good choice. Just wished Manchester United made it to the final. Of course, the United fan from there. Ayonido Lushala says, interesting Europa League final. VAR Manchester United. Sorry, that's how he says. On Twitter, Sam Unwaoko says, Sevilla stooped to conquer Manchester United. Inter Milan bullied Shakhtar Donetsk, and we are set for a highly tactical final match. As far as I'm concerned, Sentin was always a passenger at Barcelona with many unsaid things things about the squad. Game on all the same. It says Anolu Akpo says Sentien was unlucky to have president like Bartomeu, who loves money, and Messi is a virus in Barcelona unless he lives together with Bartomeu. It says I hope Norma won't get sacked too sooner or later. And it says Inter Milan deserves to reach the final since the beginning of the competition. Kudos to Conte, he says.
Okay, kudos to Conte. Some, interesting stats coming your way right now. Inter Milan's 5-0 win was the biggest margin of victory ever in a single UEFA Cup Europa League semi-final game, and it was also Shakhtar Donetsk's biggest defeat in Europe since a 0-6 defeat to Manchester City in the Champions League in November 2018. Inter Milan have won 5 consecutive matches in major European competition, excluding qualifiers, for the first time since April 2010. A run of 6 starting in December 2009 on their way to the UEFA Champions League final. Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku are the first duo to score 20-plus goals each in a single season for Inter Milan since Adriano and Obafemi Martins in the 2004-2005 campaign. Romelu Lukaku became the first Serie A player this season to hit 50 appearances in all competitions, while the Belgian is also the first Inter player to reach the milestone in a single campaign since Samuel Eto'o, who knocked 53, and Alvaro Zanetti 52 in 2010-2011. So the final is set. Now, let's talk about the Champions League because that is also staring us in the face. Yes. You see, I see a lot of permutations. Yeah. Remember, a German side, up in the air against PSG, RB Leipzig versus Paris Saint-Germain. On the other hand, you also have Bayern Munich against. What are the possibilities? But before then, Kylian Mbappe is fit to start for Paris Saint-Germain in today's Champions League semi-final in Lisbon. That's according to the coach Thomas Tuchel. The French striker has been struggling with an ankle injury in recent weeks, but he came off the bench to help PSG beat Atalanta in the last 8 and has trained since that game last Wednesday. So, Ferami, what do you see?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a very difficult tie because, one thing Champions League has actually shown us this season is that do not underrate anybody. Anyone can actually come out tops if they can actually be perfect for that 90 minutes. And, RB Leipzig has actually shown us that, hey, they have what it takes to compete at the highest level with the biggest boys. So I think, going into this game, I think PSG has to be perfect. They have to take their chances very seriously at this point in time. Against Atlanta, I just felt, number one, fatigue and probably inexperience of Atlanta. That was why they actually went through. This time around, they are playing against a much more formidable team in RB Leipzig. These guys are good defensively and also offensively. So I think, you have to take your chances. I'm directing this, to Neymar at this point in time. So, when you see those chances against RB Leipzig, you must not actually lose them. And of course, I think they'll be missing a Keylor Navas, who has actually been out injured now. So I think this is going to be a huge miss for them. And it might actually be an advantage, for RB Leipzig going into this particular game. For me, I don't think I can actually put my money on any team. I will just sit and enjoy this game later tonight.
Well, for me on this one, today, quickly, let me add. Speaking of some of the surprising results that we have seen in the Champions League, I think it's also helped by the fact that it's a one-leg affair. Yeah. It's all in a particular venue. If it were to be the home and away leg that we used to have, then there's a possibility that you wouldn't see some of these things. But hey, we love the underdog story, and that's perhaps why I'll be supporting RB Leipzig, get them. But I'm also looking at the battle between 2 German coaches here, Nagelsmann and Thomas Tuchel. For Nagelsmann at 33, the youngest coach in this competition. Yeah. First time he's in it as well in the semi-final. They have
he's
nothing
younger
to
than
lose.
Ronaldo.
Yes, and Messi. It has nothing to lose at this point. I believe that whatever result he gets from it is going to hold his head high at the end of the day.
But he has a lot to lose. If he gets to win the Champions League, definitely will be making a big move.
But at this point,
this is the time you stake your claim.
The reason why I said he has nothing to lose is because if he goes into this game with so much pressure on him, it could falter. With the way
RB Leipzig has actually played,
and they've been fantastic too.
They've shown that they are not going into any game without pressure. As in,
it is not enough for you to go to come this far. Yeah. If you want to show that truly you are the next special manager in world football, you have to go all the way.
Definitely.
So that the likes of Real Madrid, the likes of Barcelona, Manchester City, all of them will start to look at you. Bring money. PSG, all of them. I
totally understand, but also you understand that the moment they get to the final, it's probably going to be a poaching season for their players as well, because all of those big teams will want to get their players.
It should be poaching season for the manager too.
For the manager too as well. But I feel it should go into this relaxed as much as possible.
Relaxed?
Yes, I feel it should. I feel it should go into it relaxed and tell the boys to play their games. Let's see what happens.
You want to see what happens?
Against PSG.
So?
PSG can be defeated.
Okay. Well, Barcelona goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen will undergo surgery on his right knee. The club announced this on Monday. And of course, finally, former Belgium and Man City defender Vincent Kompany has announced his retirement from professional football, taking up the head coach position at Anderlecht. He was there as player coach before, but now is focusing on being on the bench. David Silva will be honored with a statue outside the Etihad Stadium in recognition of his 10 successful years of service to Manchester City.
And that has caused a lot of controversy.
You don't even give us birthday cake in our own tongue. People.
Wait,
we actually be getting it.
Why did you even give us birthday cake?
Did you spend 10 years at the
Does
club?
it deserve it or not? Does it have to spend 10
He
years?
didn't stay up to 10 years.
No, does he have to spend 10 years?
Maybe that's the threshold.
Okay, what about Vincent Kompany? He didn't spend 10 years.
I'm sure he will get.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I'm sure
Kompany will get.
He will get.
Are there been any report that he should get?
Yes, confirmed. Most statutes will be put up
If
next
these two are getting a year, two should be getting. He deserves it.
Maybe a small statue.
No.
How about that? We'll leave right now. Thank you so much, Faram Yadegwe.
It's a pleasure to be
and
here.
blessing.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks to Silas this morning. Do have a lovely, lovely Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Spread your wings on Splash.